Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today in unfamiliar surroundings. Yes, I have got a motorbike. Now, I'm going to be honest, and whenever bloody hell. Whenever I do a bike game, I'm always going to say this. I know nothing about bikes. So this is the Isle of Man TT, third Isle of Man TT game. Now, I know about the race. It is road race when it comes to bikes. Road racing is about the maddest thing you can do. I mean, it really is just the maddest thing. It's brilliant, and I have unbelievable respect for those that choose to do it. It is just completely insane. It's a whole nother ballgame from circuit racing. I'm not very good at circuit racing with bikes, so road racing is tricky, shall we say. Now there's a lot of settings, so if you don't want it to be unbelievably difficult, there are a bunch of settings for assists. I've got the simulation physics on, but I've got, for example, I still got the joined brakes between front and rear. I can have ABS, traction control, anti-wheelie, I don't know what the other one is. Is it anti-stoppy some form? I think it might be. Now, what is quite cool, I didn't necessarily expect when I fired this up, you can actually just drive around the course, and this is essentially the main menu that we are driving around in, which is pretty awesome. So you can just go and run and do laps if you so wish. I am taking this very easy because I have absolutely no idea how fast I can go around a lot of it. And I think this is on the slower bikes as well. These are very early stages, if you will, of the career mode. And yeah, no idea how fast we can go through some of these corners. I mean, the answer is going to be a lot faster than, hey, don't go on the grass, bloody hell. There's no curb, there's no runoff area here. You are basically on the road or in something solid having a very, very bad accident. So yeah, you step even a tiny bit out of line and you are going to have a really bad day. And the game does a great job of simulating that. That is road racing for you. And yeah, you make one little mistake and you're having a tremendous accident. Now we are going to... so I do like that. That's kind of like the main menu sort of system. It's just sort of free to wander around. So it's a pretty big map. At the end of the day, the TT course is a pretty damn long route. This isn't like test drive. You can't go wander off through the towns and so on. These orange bits are the things that you can drive on. We are focused on the racing aspect rather than the free roam aspect. So at the moment, we're kind of doing these qualifying events. So we will go and have a try. I'm going to have a try, and I'm going to probably have a very big accident along the way. You go through these, you earn currency, you earn XP, and you earn sort of upgrade points and so on, so you can gradually upgrade your bike, make it faster, and so on as we head along. I know nothing about any of the bikes. I picked the one that had the black and orange paint scheme. But that's literally what we've gone for. I have put the AI not particularly difficult, because I don't know what I'm doing, basically. So we're going to go and start this event. So for qualifying for these sessions, there are 30-minute sessions on short sections of the course at the moment, presumably working your way up. I don't know why my mouse cursor keeps liking to appear on screen. I do apologise. Sort of gradually working your way up to, I presume, the full thing. I don't quite know how the weekend is structured, or I say weekend, how the event is structured. I think it's a lot more than a weekend. Oh god, no, that's terrible through there. But yeah, so it gives the game, plenty of content. At the end of the day, if the only thing you had to do on the game was the actual main course, you would perhaps get a little bit bored. This way, you've got different routes. I'm going to fall over there. Oh, okay. Well, the traction control and all of that does its job through there. Yeah, I knew that was going to be terrible. This is actually quite a slow course compared to some that I have driven. No. I'm not the best when it comes to like MotoGP and Ride and so on. I'm not the best at those games. For a little while I got half okay at them. And I say that, and I really mean that in the loosest amount of half okay at. I kind of vaguely knew what I was doing, and that has since gone. So I can't possibly give you information on the realism of bike physics. I don't really know. I say that, at the end of the day, I can't really give you race car physics, because I've never driven an actual race car and all that. Oh Jesus, why did I have to do this? This is a really nasty route to try and talk to you about this game on. But anyway, yeah, I don't know the exact realism of the bike physics. What I can say is, from having played various bike racing games, it feels familiar. I'm just, grappling with the same problems that I have done in all of them. All about trying to get the kind of weight transfer working and so on. You sort of turn in quite early to some of this stuff. I don't know where the breaking point is down here. It's just red the whole way down. Oh, oh no, don't crash in front. Oh, we've all had an accident. Oh dear. Everyone's had an accident at the hairpin, and I was almost going to make that corner okay, and then their bike fell in front of me. God damn it. I don't know where the braking point... I'm kind of relying... Again, I normally wouldn't have the racing line on. It's one thing on a circuit, but I really don't know... Oh, you braked quite early through there. Yeah, really don't know where any of the brake... This is horribly mean, this course. Christ, I have picked a bad route to try and show you. This is like as technical as it gets. Low-speed bike handling is difficult, and we have been a little bit bumped over. I would say, as far as bike physics go, if you played the MotoGP games, played Ride, this is going to feel familiar, and it certainly doesn't feel bad. You can get playing it on a controller, and you can, say, make the most of it. If you're good, I'm sure if you are used to those, there's probably some more intricacies of this one that I don't quite notice myself, but yeah, I can pick this up, and I say I can pick this up and play. I'm not great at it, but I can definitely jump in and be trying, and I can understand the physics of it, if you will. It feels consistent. The AIs feel a little... I mean, as you saw there, they don't always really react to the player being around. They can be a little dumb. Whoa, and that one just exploded. But it exploded off a curb. Curbs are dangerous. We're all learning. There seems to be... So the first couple of qualified bit of pieces I've done have not been like this. This has been madness. Oh, I've gone wide and I've launched myself into some fields, which is kind of common. Bloody hell. So these qualifying sessions are mayhem. You've got 10 bikes. I should probably have just restarted after I fell off the 5th time, because this is not exactly going to be a great time, but I kind of want to learn the course. I keep getting distracted and not trying to finish sentences. AI. They're not the most reactive to the player being around. They seem okay in places, but they can be a bit dumb. It's not the biggest... I mean, a lot of the challenge I'm having with this is just the physical act of getting the bikes around. Even though there are AI bikes about, a lot of the time it becomes just a time trial-y sort of session for me. But close wheel-to-wheel racing does look a little bit tougher, although a lot of the time I'm also not really good enough to fully see. They do seem a little bit set in their ways. They do kind of try and react to the player being around sometimes, but it's not the best. I've certainly seen a lot better. Right, okay, so we are the slowest of the vehicles that have finished. That's fine. We expected we fell off a lot. Let's go and we'll have another try. Really low-speed bike handling does seem a bit awkward and a bit and this is a circuit, a route, if you will, that is going to show that quite a lot by virtue of a lot of it is low speed. Oh, for God's sake. I can just go back to pit box. We just immediately fell over on some bumps. Yeah, if you like a challenge, this is going to be... It will say if you like a challenge. I do apologise, mouse cursor just keeps appearing on the screen. So I'm playing this on the PC. I don't know why my mouse cursor keeps appearing on the screen when I haven't moved the mouse at all. Right, I've got to be very careful of the bumps. This is going to take me longer than a half-hour practice session to learn this. Honestly, if I can just get through this without falling off the bike, that is my current goal. Get through a run here without falling off the bike. This video is like 2 hours long. You know what's happened. It is... Oh, no. No. It is a very, very tough game. I say it's a very tough game. This sort of stuff is just very, very difficult for someone that's not all that experienced. Right? At the end of the day, it's supposed to be a real serious challenge, right? This route is difficult. I turned in. Well, I got that wrong. Ow. Just become a. Can I get around 2 corners without going to visit? Oh no, didn't want to do that. No. Come back. Nope. I think I pressed yes as it. Oh, for God's sake. No. Did I restart? I don't even know what's happened. Okay. I think what happened is my analog stick was a bit iffy. Doesn't really matter. It's not like much was lost in that. As I went to press, no, it pressed, like flicked across and double moved itself. Right. Let's just try and get around this course briefly. Okay, we're just going to take it nice. I'm going to say I'm going to take it nice and easy. And I know what's going to happen. The first time there is a serious corner, we're going to have a massive accident. Yeah. Challenge-wise goes, this is right up there. And it is a game that keeps me entertained. It's a game that makes me want to be trying to rise to a challenge. Sometimes you get these games that are like, you know what, I'm not all that fussed. I would like to be able to drive the bikes quickly. It is going to take a hell of a learning curve, if you will, to try and do this, because everything that I would be doing with a car is different here, and unlike MotoGP or Ride, where you get a little bit more leeway, essentially, you get a little bit more margin for error. Here, you know, there's no curbs to run on. You've seen there a couple of times. I've run wide, not by very much, but you run wide and you hit a dirt bank and then you have a big crash. You run wide and you hit a curb and it launches like a solid curb, not like a racetrack curb. One of these proper pedestrian curbs almost, and it will just launch you off the bike. So you've got to be super precise. This run, it's not going to be blisteringly fast, honestly. This is a very slow, almost build-up run. I'm trying to learn this course. And of course, unlike with circuit racing where you'll do multiple, this is almost a 4-minute run that we're doing here. You've got to learn this stage. You've got no co-driver like you would in a rally game. Here, we seem to remember this, you could brake a bit later on, but you can't brake too much later on, and these are super slow speed corners for for the bikes to be negotiating around. Nobody fell over on the lamppost on the inside. That's progress. Admittedly, that wasn't where I had an accident last time around. And again, I'm saying all of these difficulties, right? And bear in mind, this is with a fair amount of assists. Outside of the physics, we have got all the traction control. We have got all the anti-wheelie and all of that stuff. Automatic, like, tuck-in on the bikes and all of that kind of thing to try and give my brain a chance. Now, that's terrible hairpin, but we have got out the other side at least. I'm glad that there are plenty of assist options. If it does look a little bit daunting, you can simplify the physics. You can make it a little bit easier just to go and experience it, which is nice. It's nice that there is that option. There's the option to turn it up to really insanely difficult as well. Depending on your experience. I say insanely difficult, but depending on your experience with these games, with the bikes and games and all of that kind of stuff, you can make it as tough as you like. I would not want to jump in to all assists off and try and just drive down the road. Ride down the road, whatever, because you're bound to have a very big accident. God, I know going through these corners, I fully understand those that may have played this game or have played previous ones. I fully understand that I am not going very quickly at all. I fully understand that. You could probably take these corners an awful lot faster. My brain is taking these corners as fast as it can comprehend. I mean, I'm trying to do them safely. We're trying to get through this vaguely safely. We had one accident, which, you know, not great. Oh God, that's only a little lift. Oh no. How does that? Well, I say how is that? I can see how that is a little lift. You've really got to. You've got to get. It's all about trying to get the bike leaned in. You've got to get it as far to the outside of the corner before you turn in, and then you turn in points different to a car. Oh, it hurts my brain dealing with bikes. And it's one thing dealing with bikes on a racetrack. This is just a whole nother ball game. I don't even know why I fell over there. Why did I fall over? Was it slightly bumpy on the inside or something? I'm slightly unsure what I hit to fall over on that one. Did we lean it over too quickly, maybe? We needed to be more delicate. I'm not a delicate person when it comes to the analog stick on controllers. My normal, I think one of the other problems I have is my normal style of steering. Style is not the best. When I'm driving cars, I tend to flick the analog stick around, which is a problem on a bike. You don't quite have the smoothness. I say the smoothness necessary. That flicking of the stick unsettles the bike probably a lot, and it takes an awful lot to rewire my brain, having played car racing games for many years and tending to do that. It takes a lot. And these are not, of course, criticisms of the game. This is all to do with me, the idiot, that has found that same bloody signpost. It's because, well, I say it's because that corner is close to flat out, and I keep getting tricked into thinking that I am lined up for it. That I am not lined up for it whatsoever. Right, here we go. You know what, the fact that I've had to lift a little bit to move the mouse cursor out of the way, least of my concerns. I mean, we're like 50 seconds out. I think, like, legitimately, speed-wise, AI difficulty-wise, I can do that run. I can put it on pole or whatever, qualify first through all of this, if I don't fall off the bike. This feels like a bad line. This feels like a really bad line. Oh god, panic and slow down. Panic and slow down. It's very rare. That is the thing that we go for. But in this case, well, that's better. I need to be kind of getting the bike change direction sooner. And that's part of that will probably come from learning the circuits. That was very close to a curb. We'll get away with that. As far as graphic-wise goes, it's not bad. You know, the distance. It's not the best-looking game I've ever come across, but there certainly are some very pretty roads to go racing around, and you know, you get the feeling of the Isle of Man. I can't say I've ever been particularly, but it certainly feels right. Like down here, for example, it's not. But I say that there's popping going on. But yeah, it's certainly not a bad looking game. Although some of the sort of long distant textures do look a little bit iffy. The chances are you're not going to be noticing it too much because you're going to be too busy desperately trying to not fling yourself at it. You're not going to notice the scenery because you're trying not to crash into it, and you're doing everything in your power to keep the bike under control. You do have a first-person camera, which I will show you very briefly, and then frantically get out of it, because my perception of trying to ride from there, I can't do it. That's not a fault of the game. It's just my brain struggles to deal with it. Oh god, let's go and get slowed down through here. So far, relatively good, although we managed this last time around. Oh no, that's a little bit wide. That's fine. We've got one more hairpin. I feel like once we're out of the hairpinny bits, it's not. I not relax because we fell off. Oh no! It's a bit of a problem. We steered too much that time. If you know about bikes and so on, I can only apologise so much. You can probably tell that I'm trying to drive it like a car, and that just doesn't go well. Okay, we survived that one. I mean, it was slow. It was slow, and I was going to say careful, but honestly, there was less carefulness in that one. It was just slow, but we didn't fall off. I feel like it's nice to have an objective, and in this one, honestly, more so than the whole time trial, it's just don't fall off the bike. Don't fall off the bike. Don't fall off the bike. Did we fall off there last time? I think that's where we just pinged ourselves into oblivion at one point. And there's a nasty bit coming up here that I'm going to guess is bumpy. Because the other thing you have to deal with, and these are public roads, they're bumpy, there are different challenges. Racetracks can be bumpy as well, of course, but yeah, there's certainly more challenges. I think that's where we pinged. No, we definitely pinged off on the outside there. I remember hitting that blue hay bale kind of bit. I want to go quickly down here, because this is quite a fast section of the circuit. I want to set a good time, but my brain is also screaming at me to not crash. That was fairly fast through there, and now we say, nope, I'm going way too fast for my own good. Was it that bit there we might have pinged off on, actually? We avoided some bumps. So yeah, you will definitely have to try and, you know, learn the courses and learn all of that kind of stuff. Oh god, and this is me trying to learn a 4-minute section, let alone the full bloody course. We will howl our way to the finish line. Oh, this is looking better. Woohoo! We can breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, okay. We got the fastest time. Penalties? Oh, I haven't touched upon those, actually. You can get penalties on your run, as you see a couple of AI vehicles have, a couple of AI riders have. Doesn't really do much to tell you where you got the penalties and how you got them. Don't quite know. On some runs I have penalties. I'm presuming it's for corner cutting. It does seem to be for that. They don't seem to be particularly severe. As you see here, there are second penalties, and when you look at some of the gaps that you have going on, they're quite big gaps in the leaderboard. So they don't seem too terribly severe, although they aren't really relayed to you. At least if they are, when I was looking around, I couldn't really see any information come up. You just get to the end of your run and go, oh, I've got a penalty. But yeah, it might just be me desperately trying to cling on and not visit bits of scenery that miss where it popped up, but it doesn't pop up particularly massively. As I said, I'm going to presume it's for corner cutting. However, it doesn't really notify very much. I'm going to end the session here. I'm happy with that as far as things go. Yeah, they got their time down to 4:11. You'd easily go way faster than that, miles faster than that. But we made it through in one piece. Our bike is very slow in a straight line. Christ, they're doing nearly 20 miles an hour quicker than us. But there we go. So that's, yeah. That was a time trial session. What can I say? I have to say I'm quite impressed with the game. I'm enjoying it. It is a massive challenge. I haven't played either of the previous ones, so I can't give you a huge amount of information as a wow, that's going to be a terrible accident. Terrible accident of quite low speeds, thankfully. I can't say the differences between this and the previous ones. I can say if you've never played one of these before, though, and you are up for a challenge, and I mean a real challenge when it comes to your vehicle-based racing games, this could definitely be it. If you don't get frustrated too easily, because, yeah, it is tough. It's supposed to be, though, at the end of the day. The Isle of Man TT is quite possibly one of the most difficult races, full stop. And this definitely does a good job of making it feel like such. It is definitely a real challenge, this one. But it is definitely, cool to see. Something different to have a go with. We can go, I'll show you the upgraded shot while we're here. Not crazy detailed in terms of upgrades as you go through. We can unlock a new engine, for example. Here we're going to get a little bit lighter, a little less fuel consumption, and so on. So yeah, as we go through, we can use these little points up here to upgrade the bikes. More power is probably not what I need, to be honest. We can get better fairings, make it a little bit lighter, make it a little bit less draggy and all of that. Now there is like fuel tanks and tyre wear, I should point out. There's fuel wear or fuel depletion and tyre wear. That is something that does happen. As you upgrade your tyres, they will. You don't really get different compounds per se. You just get sort of longer life, if you will. There is weather as well to deal with, which, God, I don't want to deal with. I'm not capable of dealing with, but you have got weather can happen during events. And all of these other things, I haven't come across it too much, really. I haven't been driving. I fall off the bike too quickly and end up resetting too regularly and all of that stuff. But, yeah, there's so much detail. There's so much detail in this. Which is very good fun. It's, as I said, if you're up for a challenge, you want to look at something a little bit different, I do give this a recommendation. Be prepared to crash a lot. There's a lot of crashing. It is, you might think, well, how much different is it to like the most GP games and ride and all that? This is so much more difficult. But it is a really interesting challenge and one that I've enjoyed trying and failing quite a lot, but I have enjoyed trying. But there we go. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.